Hello everybody and welcome back to the Border Corner. Apologies for not putting the video out last week. Unfortunately the problem I had with my back reared its head again and left me a bit laid up, so there's been a little bit that's happened. I did post a short earlier this week. I don't know if any of you have seen that had the chicks from a new nest that had hatched earlier in the week. I'll show you a little bit about that later in the video. So we've got a little bit that's happened over the last sort of 2 weeks it'll be now. So I'll just give you a quick update on where we are with everything. And a couple of hens still going down, so I'm hopeful that I've still got a little bit more wriggle room yet. Started to work on the banker cages. Elliot's home from university now, and he's helping me with some of the work with the cages. So I'll show you. There's not a lot to show you, but I'll show you where we are with that so far. Yeah, and have a look at the rest of the bird room. So hope you enjoy this video. So here we have the hen that is sitting on the 3 chicks that hatched this week. She's doing very well, good mum. She's struggling with the heat a lot. She's coming off the nest quite a lot and just sitting on the bottom of the cage, I think to cool down as much as anything else. So, but we'll get another quick shot of those chicks shortly so you can see how they're getting on. Okay, so the first little bit of an update for you is the 2 chicks. The first 2 chicks that hatched out. As you can see, there's a white one, which is she, I say she, it's a clear white, which I'm absolutely chuffed to monkeys with, because as you all know, the Allieds are one of my favourites, and I really wanted to get a clear white bird in the room. So it looks like we've got that. And another yellow bird. It's got a little bit of green on the back of its head, but other than that, it's almost clear as well. So I'll just see if I can get a better shot of them than what we're getting at the moment. So bear with me for a second, and we'll have a little go and see what we can do. I don't know if that's any better. Hopefully that's coming out on the video. Yes, there's the white one and the yellow one. They're doing okay. The white one is feeding itself now most of the time. I've seen it still take a little bit from the parent, but not a huge amount. The yellow feathered bird is still taking food from its mum on a regular basis, so not quite ready for weaning yet, but 48 hours, I think, we should be done. The only slight downside is the white one has got slipped hind claw, so I've had to take that up. That was a bit of a laugh trying to do that. I'd never done that before, so that was more than a little bit tricky. I hope this is coming out. I've got a feeling this is all going to be blurry, so apologies for that. Yeah, so we've got the white bird's claw taped up. Hopefully that'll get itself sorted in sort of a week or 10 days. This is the next oldest, I suppose is the right way of saying it, nest. We've got 3 self chicks here, all self green chicks, which is strange because the parent, you can just see the mum just in the bottom left of the frame there. She's a yellow variegated hen, and she was paired with a self green cockbird. So I was kind of thinking that we might get a variegated chick out of this match, but they're all self green. So. But they're doing all right. I dropped the nest down on, Friday. I dropped the nest down on Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, 1 chick jumped. Thursday, a 2nd chick jumped, but they still like going back to the nest at night, which is why they go back to the nest at night and spend the night in the nest. And then by about lunchtime, they're venturing out again. As you can see, we've got one here now sitting on the edge. Mum's getting a good feed of soft food, so I'm hoping that in a few seconds she might come and feed the chicks, so let's just hang around for that. There we go, right on cue. So mum just had a good fill up soft food. Now she's feeding the chicks. There we go. Now, this hen, as I say, she was paired with a self-green cock, and here he is. He's in the cage next door. What I've done here is I've just pulled the slider a bit yesterday morning, just a smidge, just so that he can see her and she can see him. So as they get close to being weaned, I'm hoping that these two will have already started to form a bit of a bond. So with any luck, they'll go down quite quickly. So that's those. And that cockbird is also paired with, just move my chair. That cockbird is also paired with this hen. Now, I say paired, he ran in with this hen. She's got 4 eggs. They're all full. So she's been sitting tight. She's done really well with these. They are due tomorrow, 17th of June. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed with those. One of the things that I've found a real problem is humidity. The humidity in the room is really, really low. It's just dropped down now to 39 degrees. So it worries me about the risk of dead in show, obviously, at those sort of levels of humidity. So what I've been doing, and I don't know if it's making any difference or not, but I did it with the other 2 nests and they both hatched, so I'm going to carry on doing it. I put a couple of wet paper towels in, really soaked them, sprayed them up with the hand sprayer, hoping that by doing that I'm creating a mini microclimate around them. So if there's a wet paper towel underneath and it's warm in the bird room, I'm hoping that as the water evaporates from the paper towel surrounding the nest pan, it will increase the humidity around each nest pan. So we'll see what happens, whether that works or not. But as I say, it worked with the other hen that we just looked at and her chick. So no reason it shouldn't work here, I don't think. So the next hen to look at is this buff variegated hen. She is sitting on 4 full eggs, and they are not her own, unfortunately. I paired her with my really good self-green cockbird, and all the eggs have been clear. But what happened is, if you remember the white variegated hen, I paired her with the clear yellow cockbird, and she laid 4 eggs, but she wouldn't sit on them. So those 4 eggs are now under this hen. She sat them really tight. They're all full and they are due on Sunday. So hopefully that's 2 nests that we should get in the next 48 hours. We should get another, with any luck, 2 or 3, maybe even as many as 7 if they all hatch, chicks. I mentioned the white hen. Here she is. Here's the white hen. Here she is, the white hen. She's not a very good parent, really. She's fertile, she's laying eggs, but she's got another 3 eggs in her nest now, and she's not sitting on them. So, and I haven't got another bird in the bird room that I can give them to. So, unless she decides to change her mind and start sitting on the plastic eggs that are in there at the moment, then these eggs are going to be a waste. So, sorry, it's not a very good video, is it? So, next up is this 3 parts dark hen. She is now paired with this self-green cockbird. This is the bird that I feel has been the best cockbird that I've got. But a couple of people have messaged me to say that they're not sure whether he's 100% well. and one of one of my good friends that's been giving me lots of advice just doesn't think he looks breeding fit. So when you see him on the perch, his tail's clumping a little bit. So he doesn't actually look like he's that good. Now, somebody had suggested that I try giving Humidity to him because it might be that he's got canker. So he's been through, all the birds get a 76 treatment twice every 3 months. And the third month I worm them. So they've all had treatment for anti-sac mite. None of the other birds are showing the symptoms that he is. So then I gave him the concentrated S76, which is where you drop a little bit of S76 on the back of the neck 5 consecutive days. And I did that, and it also made no difference. So now he's on Humidity, if I said that right. So I'm trying that. What I've done with him now, though, he is in with this hen. I'm not trying to run any strike pairings now with these two. What I've just decided to do is just to leave him in with her all the time. Now, I know that's perhaps not the ideal way of breeding borders. I know that some folks feel that they do better if they're kept separate and then the cockbird just runs in. But I've kind of noticed a bit of an issue. I've got 4 birds that I would say have come from the same stud that I felt were all my best birds. So I'm just trying to put the camera back. There we go. Now, those 4 birds, one of which is the blue hen, which I'll come to in a second, but the rest of them, there are 3 cockbirds. Let's just get her back in focus. There we go. Sorry about that. So 3 cockbirds, all what I would say represent probably my best birds, and they have not fathered anything in the bird room. I've had nothing from them, unfortunately, which is obviously very disappointing, because I was hoping that obviously they would be birds that build my stud for me. But I've all the other birds, all the other chicks have come from the birds that I called my. If you remember, I showed you earlier on in the series. I showed you the 2 cockbirds that I felt would be reserve birds, but they've actually proved to be the only birds that have fathered any youngsters. So in some ways you might think, well, this is a wasted pairing, then why don't I put this hen to one of the other 2 cockbirds? There is an argument for that, but I'm really keen to try and get something out of these 2. So what I've done is I've tried, rather than running him as a strike, which is what I've done up till now, they've been in together all the time. Now I have seen him tread her. She's laid her first egg. Whether they're fertile or not, obviously we don't know, based on what I've just said. If you look at him now, he's sitting with his head curled up. He's not looking like a very well bird, is he? So he's only been on, I started Humidity on Tuesday. It's a week's course. It's the 16th today. He's got 4 days of that to go, but this isn't looking like a bird that's banging in fitness, is it? So I'm a bit worried about him, and obviously I don't believe that we'll get any youngsters from them either. So that's that pair. On to the blue hen. Here she is. She laid her 4th egg this morning, and started. So I've set them today. She's paired in with the clear cock. So I'm thinking, with any luck, we might get, if we get any allies out of this line, they might be anything, blue, variegated or white. So I have to see. But this is the first time that the blue hen has been paired with a bird other than one of the main stud birds. So as I say, as we've got nothing from any of those birds, I'm changing the dynamic around and I'm trying her with the other cockbird. So let's see what happens. So 4 eggs under her set today. Let's wait and see with them. Hi, this is the other cockbird from that primary line. He hasn't fathered anything either. As you know, he's been paired with, or I've run him in with a number of birds. I'm showing him now, he's in with a clear hen. I'm doing the same thing with him as I am doing with the self-green cock that we've just been talking about. So he's in with this hen. I haven't seen them tread. He's singing a lot. She's actually laid 7 eggs, believe it or not. I checked, I counted them this morning and they were all clear. So I will give her another couple of days until she gets to her 10 days. So these were due on the 21st. So they were set on the 7th. So actually tomorrow I will take the eggs away because she'll have been on them for 10 days. So I'm leaving them together. When I take the eggs away, I'll leave him in there with her so that they've got a bond. And what I'm thinking, hoping, is that if they spend time together all the time, if their sperm count's very low for whatever reason, if I leave them in with the hen all the time, he might mate her 10 times maybe, if I'm lucky, if not 5 or 6 times during a day. Whereas if I'm running them as a strike mating, then I'm only running them in 3 times a day. So you've got 3 chances to tread her. So I'm hoping that when this nest is broken down and then I let her go again, within a week or so we should hopefully see him tread her. So that's my rationale. Whether it works or not, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So that's them. So we just go back to that hen that we looked at the start. She's sitting on the 3 chicks. You can see how hot she is. She's standing with her wings open, trying to cool down. So she's not been off the nest for a little while. I think you can maybe just see your chick poking its head out there. Yeah, I'm going to feed it. Oh, there we go, we've got all 3 of them. I'm really sorry about the wobbly camera work. Here we go. Here's Mum giving them a feed. Sorry, that first bit was out of focus on it. So she's just had a good feed of soft food. So she's got the 3 of them up, and then we'll get in a little bit. I'm just going to step back because I don't think she likes me. She's used to the camera, but she's not so keen on me being so close. Well, that's it for this week, folks. Obviously, I'm feeling a little bit happier now than I was a few weeks ago. It's great getting some youngsters going in the bird room. So many people talk about the difficulties of borders, and with the 3 cocks that I've got that appear to be, for all intents and purposes, are fertile, I've been getting chicks from. The other 3 cockbirds that I've been using that I thought were my best birds, they've all come up blank. So I've actually retired the other 3 for this year and focused on the 3 other cockbirds, and they've done really well. They're nice looking birds in their own right anyway. So I'm already looking in the yellow hen down here. One of her chicks has got a really lovely round head on it. So I'd be really interested to see what that grows up like in the future. Hey, look, I know that you can't tell when they're this age, there's a hell of a lot changes. So But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. We're up to 455 subscribers now, so thanks ever so much for everybody that has subscribed. I'm still getting well over 1,000 views on some of the videos, so 1,000 views and not everybody subscribing. So it'd be really good if you can subscribe. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. You can even hit the notification button. You'll get notified when a new video's out. Don't forget, there's a prize that'll be going to all UK-based subscribers, vouchers for Direct Bird products when we get to 500 subscribers. So we're nearly there. We're creeping along. Let's see if we can get there in the next couple of months. So I hope you're doing okay with your birds and everything's going okay and you're breeding a good number, whether it's borders or any other variety. Keep going, keep birding, and we'll see you in the next one.